Hello Stampers, Deb Valder here, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I'm so excited to show you this new spinner card. This one is done with a pinwheel, but I'm also going to show you one that is done with the snowflake, one that is done with the heart punch, and it is made into a little flower, and then my all-time favorite, a sunflower. Now this card was shown to me from my very good friend and fellow demonstrator, Deanna Whitney, and she is in my team, and she did this for a special swap that I did at convention last year. And I just want to show you how to make it because it's just so cute. So I'm going to give one of these to Isabella, the one that I'm going to make today. I'm going to give to Isabella, and I just wanted to show you. This is a cute card all in itself, but if you take and you just pull on this little string right here, what happens is it spins. And then all you have to do is wind it back up, and you can take and you can use it again and again and again. So let me just show you the other ones that we have. Here is the one with the snowflake, and you see how they spin? This one is done with the hearts punch, and this one, on my blog, you're going to see how to do this one. This one has a double edge inside there, and that's because I have this thick ribbon. Instead of using twine, I used actual ribbon. So I wanted to show you that you could. I just added some little hearts on the bottom of this one, and then the pull tab is right there. My brad right here is one of my candy dot brads, so you can use those also. And then last but not least, here's my little sunflower, and I added a little sunflower, or a little flower for the pull. And all you do is just pull the string. Aren't they cute? I have more details on all of those on my blog, but I wanted to show you how to do the pinwheel one because that's the one I'm going to send to Isabella. So, with that being said, let's start our layers. I started off with a piece of cardstock that was 11 by 4 1/4, and this is my card base. And before I attach the next layer to it, I just wanted to punch out 2 of these little flowers, and that's going to be for my pull tab. And you can do that underneath your cardstock because you're never going to see that. I'm going to use my fast fuse on this because I need a heavier glue to do this. So I'm just going to use fast fuse to glue it together. And that's that layer right there. And then what I did was I pre-stamped this for you because everybody knows how to stamp. And what I did was I used the little dot from the Work of Art stamp, and I inked it up with our Coastal Cabana and our Crisp Cantaloupe, and I actually stamped it up and inked it off and then stamped it on my paper because I wanted it light. And then the Yippee Skippy comes from a really good saying set, and I did that one in Bermuda Bay. So that one I'm going to add that layer also. There's nothing else that I need to do to that one. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is to put this all together. But first I want to show you how to make the pinwheel. So there's this layer right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make the pinwheel. So I'll set this piece aside for now, and I'm going to grab my piece of cardstock. Now you can make this pinwheel any size that you want. I decided to make it 3 by 3. So I'm going to need my scissors, and to make a pinwheel, you're going to take and go in from the corner, and you're just going to cut, not all the way. I usually just do about two cuts on my scissors. These are my little paper snips. And you see how I'm leaving the middle undone? And it doesn't have to be exact. No rocket science here. So we're just going to take and we're going to bring it in that much. You can decide which side that you want to show the most of. And this time I think that what I will do is I will go the opposite of the way I did on this one. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to add a little bit of fast fuse right here in the middle. And this just helps me get my layers to stick. Okay, and then we'll do the brad in the middle in just a moment, but this helps get everything in order. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the points and I'm going to lay it into the middle. And then I'm going to take the next point and I'm going to lay that one into the middle. And I should have enough fast fuse in there that it's going to hold. Now remember, this is just temporary holding until I can get my brad in there. So now I'll add just a little bit more fast fuse, and I'm going to take this corner and put that one in there, and you see I'm overlapping them just a little bit so that when I do get to put my brad in there, it's going to go right through the middle. Let me just add a little bit more there and bring this over like that. So now I have my pinwheel. You see, doesn't it look like a pinwheel? Very, very easy. What you do is you take the same corner on each triangle and bring it over. Okay, so that's all there is to it. Now what I need is my mat. This is my mat right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to pop a hole in here. Before I do that, though, what I did do was I cut out two circles from my circles collection and from my window sheet. So I just used the third one over, 1, 2, 3. I go from the middle out. So I went 1, 2, 3, and I used this little circle right here for my circles on my cards. Okay, so I did that. And now what I need to do is I need to punch holes in everything. So I have this piece of cardstock, which is this one right here, and this is using one of the folders, and then this is using another one of the folders. So this one is my large circles, my large polka dots right here. So now what I need to do is I need to poke holes in everything, but there's one more thing that I need, and this is so critical because this is what makes it pop off. These are our dimensionals. These are our circle dimensionals, and I'm going to use the inside 3 right here. So I'm going to take 1, 2, and 3, and I'm going to pop them off just like this. Now in my black card, because I used ribbon, I literally took 2 of these sets and popped them together so that I had it extra thick so that that ribbon could go through it, not just the, whoops, I took 4, not just the ribbon. So the ribbon could go through it because I wasn't using twine. Okay? And the rest of these we'll use for shaker cards. Alrighty, so now I want to put this, because it is sticky, onto my silicone mat. And I'm going to take my paper piercing tool, and I need to find the middle of this and just pierce right through it. And you're gasping because I'm going through here, but it's a self-healing mat, so it's good. But this way here, it doesn't get stuck on my little mat right here. Now I'm going to put these two together. These are my 2 window sheets, and I'm going to just kind of eyeball and put a circle right, or a pop right in here. So these 2 have holes in the middle of them. See, here's the 2. And then the last thing that I need to put a hole in is this little square right here. And this is 3.5 by 3.5. And again, you can make it as big or as little as you want for your background. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to find the middle of that. So if I just cut a scrap piece of paper that's 3.5 by 3.5, fold it into quarters, and then just pop a hole in the middle. That's going to be the center of my 3.5 by 3.5 inch piece. Okay? So now I have all the holes and everything. Now I need to start putting it together. All right? So the first thing that I want to do is I forgot to put a hole in here. I do need to put a hole in whatever I'm doing, whether it's a flower, whether it's a heart, whatever it is, you still need to put a hole in here. And this is the one we're going to start with when we put one of our brads in there. Now for this one, I'll just use a mini brad because we're not going to see it. With my black and white card, I did one of the candy dot brads and put the candy dot right in the middle so it all matched. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to put my brad through here. This is the first thing that I'm going to do. All right, we've got that in there, and then we're going to add our rubber right here. Okay, our dimensionals. And what I'm going to do is, before I do that, I'm going to take my twine, and I have about 22 inches of twine, and I'm just going to add that onto the back. And then the next thing I'm going to do is pop this right through here like this. It's got the hole in it, so we're just going to pop it right through, and we're going to just press it down, okay? And we have to take off these little rings now, and there's 3 sets of rings because there's actually 3 circles inside here. So we're just going to pop those off like that, and now this is very sticky right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to add one of the window circles. All right. Now, before I put this one on, I'm going to take and I'm going to add some mini glue dots to it. Let me just show you. I'm going to add mini glue dots, not getting it on the hole that we punched. All right. Just put some mini glue dots on, and that's just to hold it better onto our cardstock. Alrighty, so I have those on there. Now make sure that the glue dots are facing up, okay, because we don't want to glue it to this piece. This is what's going to give it the actual turning momentum. Okay, so now I have that on there, and the last thing that we need to do is to add it to our square cardstock. So I'm just going to take and I'm going to pop it in there like that, and then open it. Open up my little brad right here, just like that. Okay, now what we can do is we can do a test run by just winding this up. Okay, this is just a test run, so we're not going to do it all the way, and we're just going to pull. Whoops, my hands keep getting in the way here. Oh, it works perfect. Okay, so now we have all that put together. We can take our glue mat away. Actually, let's put these on there because they do have They do have their things. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take and we're going to put our flowers on the bottom of this. And what I did was I put a mini glue dot on the back of that, and we're going to add our little flower, and then I'm going to take and I have a mini glue dot on here, and I'm just going to add that to this piece right here. Let me just line this up. Yep, just like that. Okay, so we're going to add that like that, and that's our little pull tab. And if you want, if you don't think that the people will understand to pull this, you can write the word pull on it if you want. That's what Deanna did on hers. Let me just show you. This was Deanna's right here, and what she did was on the bottom of her little flower, she wrote the word pull. Okay, so you can do that if you don't think that your guest or your recipient of your card is going to understand that. Alrighty, so now what we need to do is to put the rest of our card together. So we have our Yippee Skippy here. Let me get the rest of this stuff off of here. And let's see. We have our Yippee Skippy here, and we're going to take and put the rest of this on here. So I'm going to take my fast fuse again, and I'm going to put it right here on the corners, making sure that you get it nice and snug. Lots of glue. That's why I like to use fast fuse on this, because with fast fuse, it's going to give you that extra durability that you need for this card. Okay? So now I'm just going to line this up and pop it on there. I'm going to fluff this back up because I've been squishing it down, okay? So there's that. And now let me just take, I did do a button ahead of time, so I just took two of our buttons, I popped them on together, took some of this matching twine, this is the Calypso Coral twine, I put these two together, and now I'm just going to pop those with mini glue dots onto my card middle, right here. Alrighty, so it looks just absolutely adorable. Alrighty, so there's all that. Now the last thing that we have to do is to wind her up. So let's just wind. This one's a little bit harder because it's got points on it, and you just don't want to get the twine caught around the points. You got to just do it underneath it. The flower one is a little bit easier. The snowflake one is a little bit easier, but I just love this, and I know my little Isabella is going to absolutely love it. I miss her to pieces. I always tell her Yippee Skippy, and she just gets so excited. So let me just show you. Here we go. Ready, ready, ready. Okay, so this is the way it's going to go into the envelope, and then when they get it, all you're going to do is you're going to take and you're just going to pull this little tab just like this, and voila, there is our card. Isn't that the cutest little thing you've ever seen? If you have any questions, let me know. Hop on over to my blog. I'm going to give you all the dimensions, all the directions, and I'm also going to show you some more little samples. So if you have any questions, let me know. Hop on over to my blog. Take care and have a great day.